Thank you, Ambassador Pritchard, Jack. I only have three things to say today. So very grateful to have a chance to be here today. It's a big day for Korea. It's a big day for the United States. There's so many people in the audience, it's hard to welcome all of them. I'd just like to say a word to Daniel Dae Kim, who's not only given us an enormous amount of entertainment, but he really deeply believes in service, and he is doing a lot for us and will do a lot for us going forward. And we're grateful that he could join us tonight. He's also the best-looking person in the room, so not the guy you want to be sitting next to, if you get what I'm saying here. So anyway, thank you all so much for coming, and I also want to thank Jack for his service and commitment to this relationship. Our colleague and wonderful friend, the ambassador, I don't have a closer partner in Washington. He's been tremendous at every possible level. Best person I think I've ever worked with, honorable, incredibly committed, passionate about the U.S. Korea Free Trade Agreement. Let's be clear. We all played a role in this, but the person, the driving anvil behind this whole effort is the ambassador. And so I'm going to ask him to stand up and all of us to thank him on behalf of our relationship. Now, I'd just like to be quick, but I do want to give you all a sense, just a quick insight into the relationship between the United States and South Korea. This is not going to be what you expect. I could talk about all the things that we've accomplished over the course of the last couple of years and the things that we have to do going forward, but I want to talk about something a little bit different, actually. You often look for examples of how do you know that a relationship has really taken the step forward. How do you know, what are the indicators that there is something both quantitatively and qualitatively different about a relationship? And for me, it actually occurred in Busan a couple of months ago when Secretary Clinton went to Korea at the invitation of the President for the Development Forum. At the Development Forum, the President was gracious enough to meet with Secretary Clinton, so they had a good meeting to talk about development, but she was on the way to Burma. She was on the way to Naypyidaw and to Rangoon. And so rather than simply focusing on all the important domestic bilateral issues between the United States and South Korea, they spent almost 40 minutes talking about how important the reform effort that was underway inside Burma, how South Korea had its own experience of reform and coming out of authoritarian rule, and what lessons that South Korea might have and how the President in South Korea could assist the United States and the international community in the steps that were playing out inside the country. The President was selfless, he was strategic, he was committed, and he was thinking beyond the ramparts of our traditional territory that we normally discuss between our two countries. And I just want to give you a sense. We've kept in touch. He gave the Secretary several initiatives that on behalf of the Korean people that she could carry with her to Burma. One of the reasons that I'm late today is that last night the government in Burma released almost 700 political prisoners. It's the largest release of political prisoners in the history of Asia. Unbelievably dramatic. And Korea has been with us at every step of the way, offering encouragement, insights, suggestions. The Secretary just publicly announced that we will be naming an ambassador and that we will be taking steps to reciprocate the dramatic developments that are playing out there. I just want to say that there's no relationship in Asia that I'm more excited about. There is no set of people that I think in Asia that Americans feel more comfortable and connected to. And there are so many people in this room that will remain committed to this relationship going forward. I do want to invite all of you, I want to extend an invitation to you to our Yesu Summit, our expo that will be taking place later this year. The United States has worked very closely with the business community and others for this important expo that will be taking place on the lovely coastal town of Yesu later this year. The President has announced it. Secretary Clinton has formally committed our team. We've raised the funds. If I could ask Mr. Cousteau, my good friend, to stand up. The theme of this wonderful event this year is coasts and oceans, and Philippe Cousteau, the wonderful friend of the oceans in the United States, wonderful parentage, has graciously agreed, also working with Daniel DeKim to support our overall effort. We're thrilled. We are going to put on a fantastic show for people. You're all invited. He has a large hotel room there. You're all welcome to stay with him. So it's going to be a wonderful event and a tribute to our relationship. So I hope you all enjoy this day. We have much to congratulate ourselves for. We've taken enormous steps. But my experience is that one of the most dangerous periods in a relationship is after a period of remarkable success. We must not let up. We must remain committed. We must continue to work closely together. We must ensure that after the elections in both Korea and the United States, that there is a strong bipartisan commitment to a close partnership on trade, on economics, on strategic issues. I want to make a very clear statement to the people of Korea and to all people in the region that it is absolutely essential if we are to successfully engage North Korea, there must first be progress and an improvement in relationship between the North and the South. We think that is essential. We support that in every element of our diplomacy. And I just want you to know, on behalf of the servants of our relationship in this room, we will continue to work for the betterment of our bilateral relationship. To all of you, thank you and congratulations. And to Jack, thank you for putting on such a wonderful